Welcome, humans, entities, spirits. Welcome to the mysteries of my palace. I'm your host, L-Fro, and welcome. As I sit here in this tub, I wonder, what the fuck is up? What's 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 popping? So, had to get into the mode. I'm feeling a lot of emotions this morning. It's a lot of commotion, potions in my cauldron today. So, what's up? What's popping? What's popping? Now, when it comes to figuring out what to talk about on these streaming services, I just spit it in the dome. I spit it out the dome and I talk to myself. Now, welcome to the Best Life podcast, where look for your best life in the mysteries. Fuck the histories. There's cretins and creatures that do not want me to talk that way. It's Best Life podcast. Wake up to what you want today. Wake up to what you want today. The joy you feel from going on the internet is vague. The vagueness of what you're asking for is coming to a conclusion. That does not exist. Working on thyself is health. There's a cry for attention. Leave it in your dimension. That was nothing. That got you nowhere. Enhancing your life comes from within. Working on thyself is how you reach positivity. I destroy all forces that come against me. Wind or foe, it is all opposed. Dumb trombone, you're not feeling that way. Look at yourself. You are talking to yourself. Taking swigs of life involves taking a step back from what you thought you knew. Now, work the potions of magic for yourself, not for the shelf. When do you shamba labadiba? Shwimbaba lingara. Tinfidi sangara. The ritual is about to commence. Waking up and manifestation is a serious propagation. You must use all the tools inside to succeed. The welcoming is not going to proceed. Those scat the balama bula bandiriga, shingwaba singiri, chungwaba lengara, shwimbaba lengara. You must perform at top shape to reach the crates, not the desecration. Shwambala gandara singara, sangwaba lengawaba. Now, as I talk on these interwebs, I decide what I should be saying. Looking at yourself for your best life is the key to finding the way. The best life involves looking at yourself. The best life involves going into the magician. Your best life is being interrupted by frequencies. These frequencies are trying to drown out the story. I told you to go over there. Why didn't you listen to that? Because I felt this. Walking in the path is involving something else that you cannot put on the shelf, that you cannot only put on the shelf. Working on yourself involves questioning why are you on the line? I want to live. You want to live, then look at the gift. You want to live, look at the gift. The gift involves looking at something else. The gift is not your eggplant. The gift is you. 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 Kwambaba lenguaba tingiri. Why didn't you start there instead of waiting this long to go online? You knew you needed this. Quimbaba lambo. That's an excuse to not do it and do what you're supposed to do and focus. You could have went on live. Why didn't you do that? You had the Pharaoh costume. Why didn't you do that? That should have been the time to go live. Did you know you were going to go viral had you gone live after that post? That's right. You didn't understand. You adapt. You follow the demon trap. You waited for that. No. 2 years ago, you were supposed to do this. You were supposed to do this 5 years ago. When you pray for something, you don't wait on it. When you pray for something, you don't wait on it. No. You were supposed to do this when that happened. No, 2 years ago. That was 2 years ago. Why did you quit when you knew that? No, you knew what you were doing was wrong. You knew. No, shout outs to you. Shout outs to you. I'm not going to chill on Barbados right now. But the wizard must change his flow. Why are you a desperate hoe? Desperado is not getting into the El Dorado. Yeah. My building. That's his. That's his building, not yours. Why is he hiding condominiums and hookers on that front? Why am I seeing other onlookers destroying your Pinterest? Why did you delete your episodes? Why are you lying to yourself? Why do you believe that? No one is watching you. No one is watching you. Why, no. You need to look at what shelter means to you. Shelter fucked you over. You were supposed to not listen to that demon. That date is coming closer and closer. You were supposed to capitalize on that. Why didn't you capitalize on that? You were supposed to do this years ago. No. You know what's coming in September. Did you know that they're not going to help you with that? That's why it's not going to open up. Mr. Best Life, you waited too long to pursue your best life. He does the same thing. The consequence is here. The consequence is here. You need to decide what you steer. They did that. That's why I told you to. Yeah. That's why you listen. That's why you listen. It's not going to happen. You waited too long. August 29th, 2024 is when you close the door. August 29th, 2025 is when you knew it. You need to think about what's being shared. When you care about yourself, you don't let anything penetrate your vibration. You are congealed in a bunch of entities that have no business swarming in the vibration of the 10 feet. You fell to temptation, you fell to hesitation. Why do I see strange beings inside of you? Why aren't you peering to the magic? The magic wants you to stop forcing what you need to look at because of what you did for that. You paid the price for your discretions. That's what you're getting. You signed up for that when you agreed to letting that man in. You let the man in. You let the man in, and that's how you got destroyed. Don Cannon. It's hard to flip bricks when someone's taking a shit. No, you missed. You missed the timing. You missed the lapse in judgment. That's when you say fuck it. When you look into this camera, you see where you're going, to the demon pit. None of this matters anymore. The demon pit is what you selected. You know you won't be able to survive it. When you come into those realms, it is disgusting what happens to you there. Thank you, living legends. Thank you, Benny Boo. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You gotta look majestic. I gotta put on my best appearance for my best day. When it comes to your best life, you need to suit up. Not in a suit, but in your own way. I claim my domain. That entity is saying something else. The fire is not lit. You have nothing. That's when it's too late. When it comes to being majestic, you're supposed to live it. When it comes to being majestic, why are you in a hurry? When it comes to life, you don't wait your turn. A turn is someone else's board game. What happened? The star blessed you. The universe wants you to know what you sent. The universe doesn't want you anymore. Stefan Tila fucked you over. Stefan Tila is the demon you trusted. Stefan Tila is the demon you thrusted. No, he deleted your episodes. Racial politics, that fucked you over. Racial politics, you fucked yourself over. Racial politics. Why did you fall for the dick? Why do you care about that demon? Because of your racial policies, you chose to be an idiocy for dimity. Because of those policies, you have failed on progress. Your policies costed you everything. The viewers will not save you. The magic has banished you from the kingdom. Why are you worried about September 6th? September 6th is a pivotal decision in what happens in your lambada. September 6th, they are not going to accept your Rishola. You knew there was a possibility they would reject you, Mr. Disability. Mr. Disability, you don't have enough to cover that rent. Mr. Disability didn't take into consideration where he was going. The streets are not where you're going, but that won't work for too long. The streets are dangerous. Why the fuck did you put me at risk for the streets? Why the fuck did you put me at risk for the streets, Darbaline? Why the fuck did you put me in the streets, Alfred Eugene? Alfred Eugene, you put yourself at risk for the streets. Alfred Eugene, you put yourself, no. Alfred Eugene, you put yourself at risk for the streets. Why did you fall for that? Why did you fall for that? Fall in love? No, you fell in death. Fall in love? I don't see shit in the Tinfidi. I see demon. I see fucking demons. Why do you avoid the word demon? Why is the demon telling me that I'm going to be living on the street on September 6th? September 6th is a pivotal time. You better hope that something rhymes because it is not looking good, Grime. Sinfada Tumbada. Why do you care about public seances? Did you know those public seances are demons tricking you into believing that that isn't the issue? Lambada Shingwaba. Gwambaba Shingwaba. You don't have anxiety. You know what's going on. Grimbo, bamboo, demons do. What are you doing on that Ouija board? Quimbalamba boo. It's not manifesting. I already told you that. So you might as well chill. You have no sexuality. I don't speak human. Why is there demons? I don't speak human. Why is there strange voices? I don't speak human. That is the question. Whibbaloo, bamboo, whibbaloo. Kwam bang bing wam, song hua sing kwam, kwam bang wang bang, chong wang bang wam, kwam lam ling lam, tong wang bang wa, kwam lang kwang hua, kwam lang wang, kwam lang wang wong, kwam lam lu, kwam lam lu. Kwam lu. I don't speak human. The tarot deck is inside of you. You have externalized what the culture is. The culture is toxic. The culture is death. Why do I see demons in you, crystal meth? L-Fro, I know you've been doing crystal meth. Oh wait, he said you're doing crystal meth. Mr. Crystal Meth, Stop the pious act. It's fake. Mr. Crystal Man, I don't even speak that way. Reality doesn't need to look at that. These are really objects. Why are you desperate for viewers? Why are you desperate for viewers? Why are you putting on acts? Why do you think human? Because you think there is a high to reach. Those bullies at school were teaching you a lesson. Stand up for yourself. Those bullies at school weren't going to understand you. That's why they bullied you. Why didn't you stand up for yourself in the 6th grade, 7th grade, in any grade? I don't move for anyone else. Coming! Yeah. So yeah, I don't hush my tone for no one. Why do you hush your tone for other people? Other people know. Why do you hush your tone for humans? Other people implies that they are attached to you. That's why you're scared to reject. You project yourself onto humans. Stop projecting yourself onto humans. Why do I see smoke in your Tinfidi? Wisdom. Cleopatra. Cleopatra was conquering. When are you going to conquer? It's about having fun on the journey. You're not having fun. It's about having fun on the journey. What is in the deck that you're not seeing within? Shrek. Yeah, while you're pretending to be this persona, there are other tasks that you have to apply. Why haven't you applied the TikTok series to your life? L-Fro, there's a reason why it hasn't let go of the history. I don't want to do histories. Yes, you do. I've seen in the mysteries. You just smoked some Zod. Faux pas. Why are you trying to be a faux pas for the crocodile die? Those crocodile tears are fake. I don't care about these so-called peers. Humans. Why do you identify with humans? Why do you identify with humans? Why are you playing on Ouija boards in a public display? You need to respect yourself. No, I don't think that way. A mentee is not worth sacrificing my soul. A mentee is not worth sacrificing my soul. A mentee is not what you want. A mentee is deluding you into believing that this is all there is. A mentee is playing games, and a mentee is irking your lane. Why is a mentee telling me to get a piece of cake? Chabooming! That she wanted to go on a date with another person. Yeah, that one. Yeah. No, don't. Keep it simple. You want to go on a date with this person to fall in lust. You want to go on a date with this person to fall in lust. You want to go on a date with this person to fall in lust. You want to go on a date with this person to fall in lust. You want to go on a date with this person to fall in lust. Do you know what a date is? A date is a time. I don't do time. Why are you trying to devastate yourself, Amoot? I was devastated. I thought he wanted me. He doesn't want you. Renew yourself. He doesn't want you. No. He doesn't want you. Renew yourself. He doesn't want me. He doesn't want me. He doesn't want you. Renew yourself. He doesn't want you. Renew yourself. How many times do you have to tell yourself this? He doesn't want you. He doesn't want you. He will never love you. Renew yourself. I'm devastated. We were supposed to go on that date and eat some pancake at the sea pancake. We were supposed to eat CPK together. What the fuck? We were supposed to eat CPK together. Fuck you. That's the demon. Why the fuck do you want to go on endless dates in a human? Those dates come to an end in death. Dumbo, crystal, meth. Why are you waiting on a healing? No. Why aren't you persevering? Why aren't you persevering? Why are you overthinking your steps? Crystal meth, that's part of the process. Crystal meth, you're shocked? Beep, beep, beep. The babos don't give a fuck. Why are you on crystal meth? That's why your gums are rotting. You're smoking again. You have gum disease. You're gonna die anyway. Okay, see, it puts it in perspective. It's gonna rot anyway. If you wanna be with me, baby, there's a price to pay. I'm a genie in a bottle. You gotta ride me the right way. If you wanna be with me, baby, there's a price to pay. Just come and set me free, baby, and I'll be with you. I'm a genie in a bottle, baby. Come and let me out. Oh. My body saying, let's go. Cause my heart is saying no. And you want me, come on. My body's saying, let's go. But my heart is saying no. Your heart saying no means that you are bullshitting. Truth. They're laughing at me. Well, baby. If you wanna be with me, baby, there's a price to pay. I'm a genie in a bottle. You gotta rub me the right way. If it's not rubbing you the right way, why the fuck are you doing it? It's not rubbing you the right way. Why are you doing it? That's a demon. Why does that demon want you to speed up time? Because you're not living in your truth. The rest of the deck goes down. That's how you do a tarot reading. I showed you how to do it. Now, why aren't you looking at me? If you wanna be with me. That's right, dumb imprisonment. That's the vibration of the flesh. Your gums have been peeling off and you haven't realized it yet. That was your gums. You're not taking care of your teeth. And did you take into consideration that that prostitute has had worse? Nope, you were the worst. That prostitute doesn't want you to know what it plans to do to you on the street. Bing bop beep, I'm not gonna do that. That has too much sugar. You need to recognize that when things happen, they happen for a reason. When you go against yourself, you get put on the shelf. When you go against yourself, the book doesn't open. The book is you. It didn't manifest for a reason. You didn't align with it. It's deeper than earthly manifestations. Earthly manifestation is possible. Divine manifestation is something else. Divine manifestation involves looking at yourself. Remember, remember, take it as a compliment. Now you know you got the juice. Now, why are you scared, entertainer? Remember, get used to it. This is what happens when you don't enjoy life. When you don't realize what you're supposed to be doing. You need to live your life. You need to live your best life. Learn to laugh, relax, do what you need to do. That's what it's about. Your ego is afraid to lambada shawaba, regardless of what you hear. Now, when are you gonna let it go? Get used to getting laughed at. No, get used to getting laughed at. Stupid entertainer. You have to get used to that. Going away. That's how you sound like to me. That's what happens when you're not free. You're still stuck in the seventh grade, that little whatever, getting laughed at in seventh grade, wondering why he can't get his life together. You will get over it. You wanted to go on the stream, you're getting on the stream, nothing's gonna stop you. You said nothing was gonna stop you. No, you said nothing was gonna stop you. Get used to getting laughed at, clowned. You've already been laughed at, clown. Why are you worried about someone? No, why are you worried about human opinions now? You've already been laughed at. You already been clowned. You already been shamed. You already been told no one cares about you. Dumb bird brain that you make no fucking sense. See, in this tryst for validation, you don't want to get mocked. You're getting mocked. That's getting mocked. You're a fucking idiot. When these organisms laugh, they are mocking you. You need to be able to handle mockery in all shapes and forms. Remember, that's how it goes. I'm not thinking earthly. The little human. The little human doesn't want to face themselves. The little human needs others. No, the little human needs to think stupid. Why do you think stupid? Why do you think stupid? You think stupid because you depend on validation, curses, monitor spirits. You should be able to speak you should be able to speak freely regardless of what's around you. Oh man. See, that's why you don't leave that shit here. It doesn't feel good, doesn't it? To be tied to what's outside yourself. Does it feel good? You said you wanted to go on live stream. Why are you tucking your act? Because someone. No, keep going. But you have to be aware of when you're getting mocked. You have to be aware of when you're getting mocked. When you're not aware of when you're getting mocked, bullshit happens. See, this revealed a lot about you. This is all that matters. 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 You can't hide the darkness. Why do you hide the darkness? You hide the darkness because you don't want to confront the humiliation. You hide the darkness because you don't want to confront the sting. You don't want to confront the sting of rejection. 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 You don't want to feel the sting of rejection. Do you know that that's what tied you to the ego? The rejections. Why did they reject me? Why did they reject me? Rejection. In all shapes and forms. Rejection. I can't stand rejection. I can't stand it. My ego cannot fucking stand it. I can't stand rejection. That's why you make up these lies, these stories, this bullshit, this fake life that you're living. It's not life, it's death. Crystal meth, what the fuck are you doing? Focus on the task at hand. Why are you worried about opinions? Why are you worried about opinions? Because they're my business. Why are you concerned? Why are you hanging yourself for the lady laughing at you? Why are you concerned about the lady laughing at you? Yeah, they're laughing at you. The lady's laughing at you. Yeah, the lady's laughing at you. Why the fuck are you shocked that you're getting laughed at? Why are you shocked that you're getting laughed at? Stop worrying about opinions. You should be able to speak freely wherever, whenever, regardless if the doors are open or closed. You know why? Because that's your ego. Rejection! Rejection is the ego's worst nightmare. I'm not going to do that. You're going to express yourself freely, flow freely. Stop tucking your tail for someone else. Stop tucking your tail for the public. Stop it. I feel the public tethers. The public opinion. What they told me. What they told me. Rejection is how you find yourself after you leave the cult. Why do you want to join the world? Why do you want to sing Kumbaya in the world when the world said, fuck you, bitch! Fuck you! Fuck you! The world said fuck you. It's made it clearly 3 ways, 8 ways, 100 million ways to Sunday. It said fuck you. And you still want to go back and have sex in the world. Like, why? Why do you want to have, why do you want to do the do in the world? The world is cock-a-doodle. It's poo-poo. It's disgusting. Shit and rats all over. Ego! 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 That's what humans rely on, stupid egos. Why are you trying to prove something to the ego? My ego! That's why humans are the dumbest species in the galaxy. Humans are the lowest form of existence. To be a human is to be lower than a pig. Because the pig knows better. Why are you operating lower than an animal? Why are you operating on a frequency lower than an animal? I guess they go away. Pay bills, shit, piss, and start over again. Why are you carrying yourself that way? Ordinary. Why do you want to be ordinary? Why do you want to be an NPC? Why do you want to do that? Why do you limit yourself? Because there's no. You know why they hold strong on you? Enlightenment. Now one slushy boo. Slushy boo. You know who's behind the slushy man? Man. Man is behind slushy man. Why do you want slushies? I want slushy boo. No, that's another cover up. You don't want to face reality. My ego. Ego boo. Ego boo. Ego boo. Transformation. Prosperity. To transform is to prosper in all shapes and forms. Why haven't you transformed yet? Why the fuck haven't you transformed? You gotta ask yourself that question. Why aren't you transformed? That's what you're waiting on. Why aren't you transformed? Why are you limiting yourself to outside opinions? Stop listening to outside opinions. Tinfara sinkiri. Tinkara sinfiri. The magic is in you. I noticed a change in energies. Why do you change yourself for the outside? Mockery. It takes time to get used to being mocked. The world will always mock you as long as you walk. Stop expecting it. How can they do that? I gave my soul to the world. I gave my soul to the world. I gave my soul to the world. And you gotta clean them dirty ass dishes. And I don't wanna clean dishes, bro. We need some music to do it. I'm pretty good when I hit the chat. Watch me hit the chat. Cause you know I'm bossing. When are you gonna boss up in your own life? Anubis. Anubis has many meanings. Anubis has many meanings. Anubis will destroy the ego. There's resentment in your kind. Why do you hate the infinite? Because I exposed you as a dumb baboon. You malam din zangwa ma jingwa bala zingwa ba jingala wamba wa wambala singwala zingira wala lingala singala jingala dingwala dingala wala wala singwala zingala gala wala zingwala zingwala zingala tingala wa zinfarala zingwala wangwala zangwala Kwabibu, kwabu, babibu, kwabibu. That's why you looked at him. Ego. The ego. 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 No, that's a false. No, I'm showing you how to get rid of that tether. Ego. You have to show yourself how to open the door. Otherwise, it stays closed. You have to show yourself how to open the door, otherwise, it stays closed. You need to mind your visit on this planet. This is a visit. It's only a visit. But I thought it was forever. You release the tether. Forever. Forever boo. You want a forever boo, babe, forever lover? In what form? Forever together. I know we'll be together. I'll be there, you'll be there. And that's the tip of my thing. That's the tip of my thing. Yeah, get used to it. That hurt. Look in your shadow, and you'll understand why it feels so uncomfortable. Did you know that there was a time and place for everything? Did you know I'm not fazed by what happens in a mentee? What? How? How? To become unfazed by a mentee, you need to investigate why you hold that in esteem. To face a mentee, you gotta question the barbecue man because you want some luchadore, and that's not gonna happen, L-Fro. Now, you need to sit with yourself. What are you thinking right now that's making you uncomfortable? This is spiritual. When it comes to discomfort with the self, it is spiritual. Confront your spirit. Confront your spirit. confront your spirit. When you look at yourself, you have to realize that sometimes it goes where it needs to go. Yeah. You need to be able to sit in the crowd, even when the entire crowd is booing you, even when the entire crowd is zero, even when the entire crowd is throwing tomatoes at you, and still smile. The ego doesn't want to feel that sting. The world don't give a shit about you. The world would off you if it could, dummy. Why the fuck do you care? No, you're gonna sit. You're gonna sit still. The key to relaxing is sitting still. That's how you know what you feel at that moment in time. You feel a lot of discomfort. Discomfort. Why do you do that? That's a barrier. Another barrier. Now, why do you do that? Because your ego doesn't want to be questioned. It's what it feels. And it doesn't want to be aware. See, with awareness, you feel the moment. In the head, you deny what it is. That's the mind. Your thoughts don't supersede what you feel. What you feel is only going to work when you understand what you want. You have to understand yourself. Oh, you know what? I want someone that understand me. Bitch, understand yourself. Bitch, understand yourself. What you mean? Motherfuckers want to fight you if you tell them this. I don't want to understand myself. I want someone else to understand me better than me. Like, that makes no fucking sense. Why would you want a human to understand you more than yourself? Dummy, that's how you get played. Dummy, that's when your vulnerabilities are used against you. Because that person knows you more than yourself, that understands you more than yourself. It's the dumbest shit you can do. That's the dumbest shit you can do. The ego cannot adapt to change. The ego is fried. You need to look at yourself. When it comes to cleaning up, the mess we create, we have to understand that that mess is there for a reason. That mess is there because you didn't want to look at the seasons. The seasons are not going to change until you figure out how to go with the flow of time. Time is the key to figuring out what the moment is telling you. Tell yourself, why didn't I look at myself? Because you didn't want to be one with the one. I am not a better person. Sinfara tungara, sintiri tungara. I am not a better person. That ego, it cries. Oh wait, no, the ego is always angry. Because the ego, I mean, it's not you. You're gonna be angry when it's not you. It's not what you want. It's not you, it's not what you want. Why are you wanting it? Why are you chasing it? Why are you pantsing it? But I want them and they're supposed to be with me and I don't know what to do. I want someone to understand me more than me. Notice that change. That's something being revealed about you. With each change, something else is revealed about you. Time doesn't stand still. Time doesn't stand still. Nothing stays static. That's your ego. Nothing is supposed to stay static. That's why you don't make promises with other humans. That's why you don't listen to obligations. Time always changes. You're talking to yourself. Time always changes. Stop thinking human. That's why it wasn't a success run the first time around, second time around, third time around. You've taken multiple chances at making this manifest. With each passing day is another chance to manifest. The days are counting. The days are amounting. The higher spirits keep count of everything you send. The higher spirits keep count of everything you send. You sent a tisk, a tryst. That was confusion. But I want someone to understand me. Well, man, and have some passions. I want to get passions. Your passion should be yourself. What is rubbing on you that you're not understanding? If you wanna be with me, baby, there's a price to pay. I'm a genie in a bottle. You gotta rub me the right way. You gotta rub me the right way. Your vibration does something similar to some rubbings. And when something is rubbing you, you gotta question whether that rub is you or something else. When something is rubbing you, you gotta question whether that rub is you or something else. Because there's things rubbing you the wrong way that you think rubs you well because of the body, the flesh. The body gives you dopamine, and you believe the rubbing is what you want. That's why you rub a dub dub on your ex, and you rub a dub dub in situations, and you rub a dub dub on job flirtations. What are you rubbing on? If it's not manifesting, it's rubbing you the wrong way. If it's not manifesting, it's rubbing you the wrong way. Focus on thyself. Focus on your health, and it will manifest. What do you want to manifest in your life? This is where you have to take it offline, and that cannot be found on the internet. The most important things in life cannot be found on the internet. Life cannot be found on the internet. Life cannot be found on the internet. You will not find yourself on the internet. Doom scroller, paw patroller, roller coaster, coaster, mober, and chauffeur. Why are you chauffeuring demons into your soul? Why do I see that demon in his own limo? Why didn't you accept that? You saw it. That's you in your own limo. No, he's not there. And then you showed it. Did you know that was you on the way to the Grammys? Yeah. Dumb Uncle Sammy. You were supposed to get nominated for a Grammy. Well, boo! That demon blocked it. You were supposed to get nominated for a Grammy, and you chose him instead. Toucan Sam, Uncle Sam, fucked you over, Pam Grier. Why are you shocked that you're begging for views? Why are you shocked it didn't manifest? Cardiac arrest. You knew you had your own limo waiting. Your limo waiting. Now you don't see it. That was in 2021. Dumb Shogun, why did you show up there? Dumb Shogun, that has to be addressed. You knew what you wanted, why did you go there? Dumb Shogun, you knew what you wanted, why did you go there instead? Why did you go to the JOB knowing that you had multiple choice? Why are you trying to put the tippy tippy in there, dumb hippy diddy? Dummy, he wasn't a hippie. Oh, no! That's who you chose. That's who you chose, and now you got nothing. What else are you supposed to do now? Once you realize what you've chosen, what do you do from here? Ego boom! Ego boom! That ego is a dunce. It's a dunce. Why are you trying to prove stupid points? Stupid points. Why are you trying to score brownie points in him? In him. Why are you trying to be friends with her? Steve Kerr, you're not balling for a fucking reason. You're MJ, not Steve Kerr. What the fuck is wrong with you, Herbert? Yeah, they're calling you retarded. Those fake friends didn't give a fuck about you. Fuck them. Now, why the fuck did you wait till you're broke and on the streets? Because the interesting about the streets is you have rent coming up. But wait a minute, your rent got to be certified. And Uncle Murder didn't think about that. Uncle Murder. Why did you call him your uncle? Incest coop. Why did you call him your uncle? Incest coop. Why did you call him your uncle? Incest coop. Why is he touching his? Oh shit. Oopsie. That's why you watch what I did. Explaining why swear is offensive to people with protected actions. Explaining why swear is offensive to people. A group of people who claims a slur and uses it to refer to themselves. Did you know TikTok linked those questions? Damn it. Do you know that you're okay with letting that go?